Hello, 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 and welcome back to another tier list. As promised yesterday with my zombie tier list, today I'm bringing you the plant tier list. Once again, this is not what the community might feel is best or what I necessarily feel is best in the game. It's what I enjoyed playing the most and how they feel to me. These are my opinions and they should not be taken as fact. So, at the end of it, I'd like to know your opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Did I forget any key components of someone that makes me look like a moron? And, like I said last time, as the great Philip DeFranco says, I'd love to know your opinion on this topic. Figured I'd get these out before The Wizard was released, because he'll shift up the metagame a bit, I'm sure. If you enjoy this, or you want to see more stuff like this, maybe give me a like. If you like what I do, maybe give me a subscription, and we're going to hop right into this. And first up, we have Oak and Acorn. And while they're listed as two separate entities in this tier list, I'm going to rank them as one because they are one character. So, they're a package deal, and I'm rating them as such. And they're going to belong to the A tier. Now, when this game, Battle for Neighborville, first came out, Acorn was good at one thing and one thing only, and that was turning into Oak, singing his little tune and watching Oak sprout through the ground. Since then, though, they've buffed him and made him viable on his own, and I personally enjoy playing him more than Oak now, especially whenever you have the hardened skill equipped, because it takes his base health from 75 to 125, which is a huge increase, and I wish I could do that on a lot more characters. He's able to get out of most situations with his little dash ability, and you can always use your sap trap to knock people away or just deal a ton of damage so they want to run away, which is nice. And then if you need a little more firepower or you need some more zone control, you can always just turn into the big tree man. You can turn into Groot, pretty much. He has a hard-hitting primary, and the zone control tools in his role for damage and his bigger sap trap make him great for most situations. Obviously, he's a bullet sponge because he's huge and easy to hit. And I very much enjoyed playing as both of them. If you're able to get some little tree toppers, Oak is even better because you have healing and support. But he's not like Space Station in the fact that he needs extra acorns to be pretty good. He's pretty good on his own and he can handle most situations on his own. They just add to it. And like I said with Deadbeard in the zombies list, Cactus is a sniper. Do I like sniping? Sometimes. I definitely enjoy Deadbeard more overall than Cactus as like an all-around character, but I will admit that Cactus is probably the better sniper. She has more ammo that she can use to fire. She has skills that can make enemies explode whenever you get a critical vanquish, or she can make it to where whenever you vanquish someone, potato mines drop, which overall gives her more killing power without having to get close. She's able to stay back and make people explode from a distance, which she's a sniper. That's her point. The garlic drone is useful just like the parrot drone. You can go in and annoy zombies. You can stay up high and launch air strikes or launch little peppering bullets just to get their attention. You know, sometimes that's all you have to do. You don't even have to actually do a ton of damage. You just have to make them aware of your presence. And it's enjoyable, but it's not anything to write home about. I wouldn't write a letter to my mom. Oh, you have to check out this Cactus. She's great at annoying people with a garlic drone. And then her movement ability, to me, it's interesting. I've never really fully grasped its uses or gotten really good with it. It can be useful, but it's not something that I've really messed around with. I know that there's ability once you get to master that can make you full charge a shot after it, which could be really useful, but I haven't gotten to personally try that, so I can't really speak on it. So from my experience, it's very subpar ability. But the best part about Cactus that I haven't discussed yet really are the potato mines. There's nothing really quite as satisfying as laying potato mines down somewhere and then going about your business, you know, going to a different part of the map or sniping someone or blah, 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 and then seeing those mines get you a vanquish. I have a big old smile on my face anytime it happens. It's hilarious to me. I laugh like a dang lunatic, and I love it. And so with that, Cactus is B tier. Her machine gun's okay. It's not anything special. Up next, we have arguably the most polarizing character in the game for me. I used to hate playing as Chomper, like with every fiber of my being. I did not enjoy him whatsoever. He seemed super underpowered, one-trick pony with Burrow. That's all that I was able to do with him. But with the recent changes and buffs, I don't mind playing him. In fact, I kind of enjoy it sometimes. Burrowing is still the one trick to rule them all. That's what he's good at, eating people. He's got a giant mouth. That's what he does. But his best ability to me is his Grody Goop. You put the upgrades on it that make it last longer or make you attack faster in the area, and it is a menace. It turns Chomper into a menace to deal with. He can deal extremely quick damage while also preventing the zombies to escape or use their abilities to escape. It's my favorite part about him. I think it's the best part about him, but that's, once again, just my opinion. And then his Spike Weed is an ability that I just throw out whenever I can. I throw it out and I forget about it. If it hits someone, great. If it doesn't hit someone, whatever. You never know who you might hit with it. And if you happen to get like an imp stuck in it, that's a kill. If he doesn't have overhealing from Scientist, because it does 75 damage if someone gets stuck in it. So imp walks into it, death. And while Chomper, he used to be a C tier character like Super Brains for me, but with his changes, I'm gonna put him in B tier. He's not too bad. I kind of enjoy it. It's a nice change. And now we have one orangey boy coming right up. It's the orange from the future, Citron, A tier. This fella is a pretty simple character to play, honestly. You getting shot? Put your shield up. Enemy too close? Roll or EMP them. You got a big target far away? Bring out your laser. In all seriousness though, Citron is great in both team situations and 1v1 situations. Team situations, he can block damage and stun enemies so that his teammates can finish him off. 1v1 situation, he can stun them and finish them off himself. The EMP really does create a ton of chaos and renders zombies completely useless. It's pretty funny whenever you hit more than one person with it. I'm a fan. He can knock people out of the way with his roll, and his primary actually does a fair bit of damage. Not as much as someone like All-Star, they both feel the same sort of role, but All-Star's primary is much better. But there's not a lot to Citron. He's pretty one-dimensional, pretty simple, but I enjoy playing it. It's fun. I like the play style, just not my number one, Now, the one and only character to have a legendary upgrade in the game is Kernel Corn. So, depending on if I have the legendary upgrade on him or not, determines what rank he's going to be listed as. He belongs in two different tiers for me. One for base corn and one for legendary upgrade Shogun Guard corn. That primary really makes a huge difference. Shogun Guard's primary feels super powerful. The hits are meaty, and he gets an extra shield whenever he aims down sight. That can block a lot of bullets. That makes his area of being able to be hit significantly smaller, and that means that you can dish out damage before getting killed. Regular corn's primary feels like you're shooting little pieces of corn out of a homemade slingshot. In other words, it's useless for trying to hurt someone. So regular corn, he does a fair bit of damage whenever you have your butter beacon out and on top of people, but that's really annoying to consistently have to do. And if you, for some reason, shank your butter beacon, you're gonna be doing no damage really. Otherwise, he's felt super awful. Maybe I need to give it another try, but I just don't like it. I can't see myself going back to regular corn as long as Shogun Guard is in the game and as long as it exists. The Husk Hop is great for maneuvering around, getting from spot to spot. And honestly, you can use it to get out of a lot of sticky situations and deal a ton of damage if you make yourself stall in air and make all the bombs fall in one area. It's pretty fun to do. It's pretty good too. And then Shuck Shock is great for clearing an area and taking out enemies. So how would I rank corn? Regular corn is probably high C to low B tier for me. But with his Shogun Guard, he's an A tier, and since that's how I will primarily be using him, I'm gonna put him in A tier, but he does have an asterisk next to him. This next character, Sunflower, is one that I probably have a different opinion of than the general community, and that's because I don't necessarily enjoy the playstyle a ton. She's arguably the best character in the game. She's the most annoying character in the game to fight for sure, because she's a true medic. She's the one true medic in the game. She's the best healing in the game, and it is not even close. Not even close whatsoever. Attaching to your friends and dropping sun drops around the battlefield to just heal anyone that walks over them makes her an absolute pain to handle. She is so annoying to play against. But playing as her, it feels great to be this indestructible Sunflower walking through. You know, just skippy, 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 skippy. I'm so happy. Oh, here's some health. Here's some health. Here's some health. Having one on your team is always welcome. It is always a good thing. But actually playing her isn't as fun. It's not like she's not fun to play. It's just, I don't want to focus on healing the entire game, personally. So like, she feels powerful, and it's fun to feel like an absolute powerhouse sometime, but her abilities are all focused around healing. And the one ability that's not focused around healing is her Sunbeam, which I'm not going to use very often because I don't like planting myself in one spot and just sitting there, because that's what Sunbeam does. Yeah, you can rack up a lot of damage if you need to, but not really my playstyle. But all of that being said, she can still do a fair bit of damage with her primary, and feeling like you can't die is always welcome. Her healing is absolute bonkers, and I really can't stress that enough. So while she's probably S tier overall, for me playing her, I'd put her at A tier. Our first S tier from the plant side. Sneaky, 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 Nightcap. Nightcap is a master of stealth. She's the master of getting in, smacking a zombie in the face, and then running away. She's the type of character that can go, 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 all the time. Her primary fires extremely quickly and can do a ton of damage, and she can be an absolute nightmare to deal with whenever she starts bunny hopping around. Whenever she has a skill that gives her more maneuverability and the second jump or whatever, she is so hard to handle. Which, playing as that is so much fun. Being able to not be hit, yes please, sign me up for that. You combine that, the high damage and the bunny hopping, with her shadow dome to make it hard to see and slow you down and make it to where you can't really control your movements, and the shadow sneak abilities to get away. She's hard to tie down. If you can get like a good shot on her, okay, but otherwise she can be kind of hard to hit. And then on top of that, you have the Feng Fu, which gives Nightcap the ability to absolutely decimate zombies in the area, and she takes reduced damage while in that mode. So you can't get a clear shot on her, she's doing a ton of damage, and whenever you do manage to hit her, that damage isn't doing the full numbers that it should. She's so fun to play because she can be so hard to kill and she can do so much damage, and for that reason, she's S tier for me. And now we have a good old classic boy. And I'm putting Peashooter in S tier because I love playing as him. He is the staple of the Plants vs. Zombies franchise. He is the icon of the series. He helped bolster this entire franchise to become what it is and helped elevate it to all these levels, and people know who Peashooter is. And while that doesn't have an effect on how he plays or his status in battle for Neighborville, I feel like that's important to mention, so I'm mentioning it. This is my video, I can say what I want. He is one of my personal favorites to play. I don't know how the community generally feels about him because you don't really see that many in your games. At least I don't. Hitting the zombies with the peas feels good. It feels powerful. It has a very rewarding hit. And if you equip the homing pea upgrade, you can annoy the zombies. You can hit them whenever you probably shouldn't be hitting them, and whenever your aim may be a little off. Homing pea's there to save you. His jelly bean bomb is great for clearing out areas and attacking points. You can throw that bad boy in, and you can kick it around and stuff, so you can get it to places that maybe you don't have enough range for, which is nice. Now, like Sunflower, he has an ability that plants him in the ground. Like Sunflower's Sunbeam, he has the pea gatling, which I don't ever use on a regular basis. It is very useful in certain situations, don't get me wrong, It has extremely high damage per second, DPS, but I don't like being stuck in the ground. It does have the benefit of being able to start it going into it while you're falling through the air, which is really nice, but I just don't like planting myself. I want to be on the run. And then you have his best ability, which is the souped up or whatever the heck it's called, which allows him to dish out damage at a higher rate because his rate of fire goes up, and he's able to run faster and hover in air, so he's harder to hit. Movement is always useful. Making yourself hard to hit is always useful. So, like Nightcap, P's souped up ability turns him into a slippery little fella, makes him hard to hit, and like I said, most people may not agree with this, but I'm putting Peashooter in S tier. Next up, we have Rose. And I have very conflicting feelings for Rose. That's why she's going to A tier. I know a lot of people consider her S tier, but hear me out. I used to absolutely love playing as Rose. She was probably my favorite to play for a while. She felt super strong, and the aimbot-like primary and how fast her thistles came out and how much they tracked felt great. She was able to shred people. But the last few times that I've played her, she doesn't feel super great anymore. At least she hasn't for me. The homing hasn't been locking on like it should. The DPS seems super low. Even whenever I would use my Jinx ability on someone, it just wouldn't feel like I was hurting them. So I don't know if that's because of nerfs they've made to her, if that's because of the servers that I was connected to, or my internet was screwy. I mean, I've tried it on multiple occasions and the same thing kept on happening. So something is off. Like I said, this is based on my personal experience and how I've actually gotten to interact with the characters. Now, her Goatify ability is one of my favorite abilities in the game. Mostly because it's hilarious to watch little goatsies hopping around. They're hopeless. I mean, yeah, they can dash, but they're pretty hopeless. And we can't talk about Old Girl without mentioning the most used ability for Rose, and the ability that makes every zombie just want to punch a wall. Arcane Enigma. This ability turns Rose invincible and turns her into a jet engine because she can float through the air. She's going so fast, combined with her ability to hover, and it is so hard to lock her down. She can get out of any situation, and it also helps her teammates get to places faster. So while I haven't had the most success with Rose recently, I like her ability set, I like her primary fire, I like her, and I want to feel good playing her again, but I can't put her in S tier for right now because my personal experience hasn't been good. So she's being subject to A tier, which is still good. And now, our last character. Where's he going? Where are you going, Snapdragon? You're going S tier for me. S tier it is. He's one for the ages. This is our last character, and he's one for the ages. He's here to roast Zambies. He is, if you took Elon Musk's not a flamethrower and turned it into a plant. He's capable of roasting zombies from what feels like half the map. He's got a long stream of fire, and whenever that doesn't reach the zombies, he has a flare ball secondary fire that can hit enemies from across the entire map and then set them ablaze. And if you have the ability or the skill on that makes it to where they just burn over time, you can get them down super low with one shot. And they can't recover health the entire time they're losing health over time. So that's, to me, is very beneficial. Anytime that you can make an enemy not be in the battle, A+. The Flame Wall is perfect for attacking or defending a point and allows you to control where zombies are. You can herd them where you want them to go, and you can block everyone's vision with it because it's just high enough to where it's eye level or above for most people. And so with Snapdragon, you don't really need to see where you're firing. You just need to know a general area of where the enemies are and hold your flames down. So the bad visibility is a bigger factor than you may originally think. Now, he has an ability that has haunted me. It has absolutely haunted me and brought so much frustration into my time in this game. But it's super satisfying to kill someone with his slow-moving death ball known as Blue Blazes. This ability, it has caused me so many headaches. The way that it fires out of his groin area doesn't make any sense. And I've thrown so many into walls or into the ground that I can't even begin to count it. But whenever it locks onto someone and you see it just knock them out of the sky or something, oh, so good. And then last but not least with him, you have the swoop slam, which is great for either hitting the escape button, it's like you're hitting the eject button and peacing out, or you can use it to dive in and headbutt zombies. And these things combined with the 175 health pool, which is a ton, makes him an extremely powerful and fun character to play. And the most important part about Snapdragon for me is that whenever he turns bald, he looks incredible. It makes me so happy, and I know it terrifies the enemy zombies to see a bald Snapdragon coming after them. And for all these reasons, he's S tier for me. Didn't have any C tiers for the plants, unless you consider Corn without his Shogun Guard upgrade. But I won't play with him that way, really. And that's it. This is my tier list. This is my plant tier list for the pre-wizard version of the game. Now, if you missed my zombie tier list yesterday, I'll have a link down below. And I want to know your opinions on this list. Am I crazy? Am I super off base? What do you think? Let me know down below. And if you liked it, give me one of them thumbs up. Maybe subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.